Alright, welcome back guys. And today in our Flask series, we're going to be building on our stuff. And today we're going to build a login system. That's essentially all you're going to do is you can register an account with all this information, and then it will be able to create the account, and then you'll be able to log in with your information. Alright, so yeah, this is what we're going to be building, and let's get right into the code. Alright, this is going to be the coding section. So as you can see, I'm starting off with just a simple folder with an app.py file that's completely blank. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to lay down the basic Flask syntax. And so we're going to start off by importing our libraries. So these are the libraries we're going to import. Very simple. We've talked about them before. So Flask is obviously to get our web server up and running. Flask Bootstrap is going to be so we don't have to deal with a lot of the CSS and we can still make our website look nice. Flask Mongo is going to allow us to use MongoDB, which is going to store our data, which is going to make it like the functional, that's going to add the login functionality. And then these are just some other lines to import everything that we're going to need. So once we've done this, we can start laying down our basic Flask syntax. So we have to start off with the app. We're just going to call it login system. Then we can do app.config. And then Mongo URI, this is going to be for getting the MongoDB functionality. And then we're just going to do localhost. And so it's going to follow a thing like this. And so just paste that into your key. And then all you're going to have to do is app.config. We want a secret key. That's what we're going to write here. Because when we're putting information into our database, an error that's going to, it's a security error that's going to come up. So we just need to set this to anything you want. So we can just write anything, and it doesn't matter. But this is just like another one of the lines in Flask that you have to write. So now with that out of the way, all we can do is we do bootstrap app to initialize it. Then we can Mongo equals Mongo our app. So these are all basic initializing lines. And now we can get into some of the routes that will make our app function. So the first route we want is the home page, and we can set this up to be the registration page. So all we'd have to do is app.route, and then slash, that's going to give us the home page. And then methods are just going to be get and post. So with do index, actually we can just make this home page. Alright, so this is the home page. And then what we want to do is if the method to the home page is get, we just want to return the home page. And so all we have to do is if request.method, no parentheses, if request.method is equal to get, then all we want to do is return and then render template. That's going to give us a HTML document, and then index.html, or actually home.html. So that's very simple. Else if request.method equals post, then for item, what we want to do is there's two ways a user can interact with our website. Is that they can make a get method where we return the website, or they're already on the website and they want to put they want to put information into the website and register as a user. And so this post method is going to be when the users are trying to register. So what we're going to do is we're going to set doc equal, this is going to be a simple dictionary, and then for item in request.form, request.form. So what this is going to do is it takes the information that the users put in and loops through all of them. What we want to do is we want to set the items in our dictionary to be equal to the items in the form. Request.form of item. Okay, so this is going to essentially take the information from our HTML form and put it into Python terms. So what we're going to do with this dictionary then is we're going to do mongo.db.users.insert1 So this is going to be where we're saving the information for, this is going to be how we're saving the information for our users. Then we want to flash. This is something specific to Flask. Well, basically, it's just going to make a message appear on our HTML page and whatever message we want. So what we want to write is account created. And then we just want to return back to, so once the user's account has been created, we would then want them to log in once again to see if it was working. So what we'd want to do is just redirect /login. Now you might be wondering, what is the /login page? And that's what we're going to be working on. That's our next route that we're going to be working on. So the /login page is just going to be very simple. It's going to be similar to the registration page, but it's also going to be, so it's going to be similar to this. So this is the home page, but if we log out, and then this is the user login. So it's going to be very simple. You just want email, password, and then this is the home page that we worked on. So this is the user registration page that we just worked on, and then we'll be moving on to the login page. So, yeah. All right. So now all we have to do again, we'll just do app. Actually, move down a little bit. App.route. And then we'll do /login, and then the same thing as above. We'll just get the same methods, and right, and then we'll do def log user login. It doesn't really matter what you make the function name, so it just has to follow this type of syntax. So we'll start off with the request get method, which is going to be very similar. If it's a get method, then all we want to do is return. Let's make sure the syntax is right. Instead of home, we would want to return login.html, and then else if or elif request method equals post. We can just copy that as well, and then so else if request method is post. What we want to do is that means the user has taken the information. That means the user has put in their email and password, and we want to verify it now. So all we have to do is we have to first, what we're going to need to do is we want to get the information that the users put in. And so that's going to be, we can write a variable called user-info, which is going to be equal to, it's going to be a dictionary. That's first going to be email, and then password. So what is email going to be equal to? Email is going to be equal to request.form of login-email. Okay, and then we're going to have password, which is going to be equal to request.form of login-password. Make sure you don't have any spelling mistakes on that one. So yeah, that's going to be the user info. And what we want to do is we want to take that user info and check in our database to see if we've found anything that matches the user info that's been put in. So to do that, all we have to do is write found. This is going to be a Boolean variable. It's just going to be mongo.db.users. Make sure that this is the same as what you put here, and then dot find one, and then user info. Right, so that is going to return a true or false variable, whether as MongoDB was able to find the user's email and password within its database. And if, so let's check if found is none. So that means it didn't find anything. Then we want to flash the email/password doesn't please try again. And then we can redirect the login system again. All right, and then else, we know that something has been found. So what we'd want to do is we'd want to do session. Session is a new thing in Flask that we're going to be working on. And so session is basically using browser cookies. And so basically what's going to happen is while the server is running, we're going to be able to save certain data, and that allows us to do things like keep a user logged in. So session, what we want to do is session of user info is going to be equal to a dictionary. That's going to be first, that's going to have a value of first name. That's going to be found of first name, and then last name. That's going to have found last name, and then email, found of email. All right, so I actually made a mistake. You want to make sure that you don't have anything here. So this dictionary, and then everything is following similar to this. All right, so now once we've saved that information in the session, what we want to do is return users to our home section. That's going to be very simple, like so. So all we have to do is just click return, redirect into /home. All right, so once we've finished writing out the login system, we have two more routes, the home route and then the logout route. And those are very short and quick, and they're going to allow us to finish up all we need for the back end, which is the Python program. So very simple. The home route is just going to be like this, and then if user info is in session, meaning that they've successfully logged in, then what we want to do is just return render template home.html, and then else if there's been some sort of error, the user isn't properly logged in, and we want to flash that you need to log in again, right? And then we just return to login. Copy that, just paste that right here. So, all right, that's the home route. And then the final route is that, let's say users want to log out, is we're going to do app.route. We can copy this because it's very similar. So app.route, login, and then we want to change this. Oh no, sorry, log out. That's my mistake. So we don't want to change this to log out. This would also be log out. And then, so what we want to do is this information is not deleted. So what we're going to do is we're going to do session.pop. That's going to essentially reset our info, and it's going to take out whatever information that was used, and then return redirect /login. All right, so this is very simple. Now this is all the code we need to build a fully functioning user application. And so while this video is getting a little bit long, I'm going to convert this into a two-part series. And so make sure to tune in next time where I'll be going over the HTML. And so this is all the code that you need on the back end to get it running. And everything else is very simple to finish otherwise. But make sure, just because of the time length of the video, I want to turn this into a two-part series. And next time you tune in, we'll be making sure to flesh everything out using Bootstrap. And so we'll be able to finish all of the HTML, CSS, and get our app fully functioning, get our full stack app fully functioning. So yeah, right now, just focus on the Python, get that down, and then next time we'll work on the HTML. So yeah, hopefully you like this, and just as future plans, slowly what we've been doing is we've been building more complex Flask applications, and so that's going to teach you guys what you need to start building like real world projects that you can put on your resume, you can use to like solve real problems. So yeah, that's why the different types of projects that we've been doing are to get things on a harder level, so they get more and more complex, and so you're learning more things about Flask, such as, for example, you guys learned about Session, you also learned about Flash. So yeah, these projects are just going to be building up to something, and where eventually we're going to be building something like the e-commerce site that I mentioned a couple videos back. So yeah, hopefully you guys like it, and thanks for watching.